haven't lost me yet. So the turkey to the carving knife, what you give is what you get. A fresh and lovely summer's day we thought would never end. So the bloodhound to the staggered bay, I thought you were my friend.
All right. It is Thursday night, and you are at the show, the No PC Show. Sorry about that. I was hearing some sounds from somewhere, and I think I see the issue. Sorry about that. If you hear any feedback, I thought that we had turned this off, but now it is off. Welcome to the show. If you enjoy that mix that was playing before the show, we do a radio show every day, 11 to 2 p.m. And then from 8 o'clock to 10 p.m., Mondays, Tuesdays, and Thursdays. Wednesday nights from 10 to midnight. Friday nights we do mixing from 8 to 11. Hopefully you can join us. We may change something about next week. I'm going to try something and do like a live video broadcast. I'll be playing music and discussing topics of the day. That's something new we've been wanting to try out. So look out for that. Let's get started. Tonight's topic, we're going to just do a whole bunch of laughing tonight. So get ready. We go to the heavy topics. We come to the light topics. The topic tonight is called the comedy of race in America. I always have had this common belief that the way black people have been able to survive is a twofold thing. Coming out of slavery, it was either our religion or comedy that has pushed us to the point we are at now in society, still intact. But before we get into the show, we're going to do what we always do. We're going to do this advertising first. So first up, we've got Rochelle Millsap, Remax Real Estate Agent. Give her a call. She can help you with residential selling or buying, and she can most likely connect you with somebody in the commercial residence if that's what you're looking for. We're looking at King's Cubby Daycare, located at 8825 South Colfax in Chicago, taking children from ages of 6 weeks to 12 years old. They do have a website out there in the commercial residence if that's what you're looking for. .com. We're looking at also has a phone number and all the King's Cubby Daycare, located at 8825 South Colfax in Chicago, taking spoken word artist Kevin Character King. He's got a CD available called I Am Character. It's got some nice tunes on it. He's also got a book, Character's Book of Poetry. Great book. I've got both of them. Here's a little piece for you all to get a little sample, and you can run out and buy this.
I see new faces in old places. Places I grew up called home. And these faces in old places are faces not of my skin tone. Yet they come from various places, do these faces, to purchase themselves new spaces in these vacant places, which have now been renovated, upgraded, upscaled, and updated.
Ready to implode on impact. And there are many in my family like me, better than me, all is deadly. And we can either be friend or foe. It all depends on who stands behind you though. And if so, who knows where the heart is at? But lately, it's been cold.
Get the CD, get the book. That's Kevin Character King. I am Richard Robinson, the owner, operator of RPC Computing, where RPC is your PC, repairs, upgrades, consultations. Give us a call, 773-416-2955. We look forward to your business. Back to the topic at hand. As I was saying earlier, there were two modes of communication or places we went to back in the days of slavery. And it was Christianity, what the master gave us, and then what we took for ourselves and did in privately. And it was a common practice to make fun of the overseer and the slave master and his family. Of course, not in their presence, but behind their backs. This was a coping mechanism that is still in place today. And since this is the No PC show, we hope we don't expose anyone who is trying to protect anybody's feelings. I think we have to get to a point in America where all races have to be able to sit down and be vocal and say what they feel and how they feel. The reason racism still strongly exists in America is because we're sitting around putting on a mask every day. We're not saying our true feelings. We're not, and it's out of fear of we don't have any power and we can lose our jobs and such things as this. So if you're not honest with them, guaranteed they're not being honest with you. The only way to get any resolve is to be able to sit down at the table face to face. But since we have never been able to do this, we turn to comedy. Comedy gave us that outlet to be expressive, to laugh at our situation, to laugh at the people we work for, to laugh at ourselves as well as other people. In comedy, most comedians, they get up on the stage and they say what you really want to say. And that's where the laughter comes from, because you can identify with exactly what they're saying. And it goes way back. We're talking about Moms Mabley and people before her. Comedians have always had a place in our communities. They entertain right alongside the Count Basies and all these other acts that were coming up during the days, and they were on the chitlin circuits and trying to make a living. And it was maybe not a great living, but you were among your people and you could get that feeling that you were saying something that matters because they were laughing. It's been so many great comedians over the years. I would have to say my top 3 favorite comedians are Richard Pryor, Eddie Murphy, Paul Mooney. Not taking away anything from anyone else. These are just the 3 that took it at a new level for me. And we had Dave Chappelle. He came and he was another great one. And we liked Dave because he got on that TV and he said it in a way that we could understand and they could swallow. I think part of the reason that Dave decided to leave was based upon other people were trying to change his material. And we all know it means one thing when we say it, it means totally something else when they're saying it or they're telling you to say it. That's the BS of Hollywood, and we can take Hollywood and say that's just a small section of America. Everything we see on TV, everything that's pushed across the screen is constructed by Hollywood. They want to construct the fantasy. They want to keep you blinded. They want to say what's right, what's wrong. And it's up to you whether you swallow that pill or not. Dave Chappelle, at this point in time, decided not to swallow the pill. And we love Dave for that. Dave can still travel, and we're still going to go and see Dave. Paul Mooney, him and Richard Pryor not only gave us the Richard Pryor show, but they gave us Sanford and Son. Mooney also wrote on Good Times and countless other shows that he's been a part of. And Richard Pryor, it goes without saying, he gave us laugh after laugh after laugh all the way to the end. Even when the MS eventually took over his life, I can remember seeing him on stage, and he was in the wheelchair, but he was still cracking jokes to the end. So we say rest in peace to Richard Pryor. But the comedians has always given us that voice that we had to hold on the inside. So when you went back to the office, you can think about that comedian you saw in a joke they told, and it makes you laugh, and it makes your day that more bearable. But like I say, at some point in time, we are going to have to be able to take these masks off and have a honest discussion. And I'm sure we've all tried to have an honest discussion, but it's hard to have an honest discussion with people that already have their own agenda set. And whatever that agenda is, most of the time, it may not have you in the picture. The thing I say about Vegas is there's always got to be a few winners. That's how they keep the other people coming and coming. So yes, there's always got to be some success in corporate America. That's how they sell the dream of college and education and be all you can be. And it's a good dream, but it doesn't seem to be obtainable for everyone based upon how the rules constantly change. So go to school, get your education, start your own business. I think that would be a great thing to do. Like I said, I was talking about Dave Chappelle. There was a show that used to come on. I'm not sure if they still have it on. It's called Icon, where they match up a seasoned older person in Hollywood with a younger person. And they did one with Dave Chappelle and Maya Angelou. And there were some parts in it, and you're not going to see as much as Maya Angelou, but I want you to watch this piece with Dave Chappelle in it.
Ever listen to Malcolm X? He used to say some deep shit. Listen to this. He said, in America there are house niggas and there are field niggas. And he broke it all down. He said the house nigga lives in the house with the master. He loves the master. He wears the same clothes as the master. Eats the same food. He loves the master more than he loves himself. Field nigga, on the other hand, sleeps outside. Food is bad. Clothes are bad. They beat him unreasonably. And he hates the master's fucking guts. And then Malcolm said, I am a field nigga. And I say the same thing. I'm a field nigga that somehow managed to find his way into the house. You know, in the past, I used to always tell a lot of jokes about white people. And I know there's a lot of white people here with us tonight. Good evening, whites. Everybody knows what it's like to be embarrassed or to be felt marginalized. The implication is authority. Nobody likes authority figures. When I say jokes about white people, don't think for a second that I'm talking about you. Don't forget, I almost had $50 million once. When you make enough money in America, they'll pull back the curtain and introduce you to the real white people. You guys just think you're white. cell phone from Hollywood. I'm like, hello, Hollywood. They're like, hello, Dave. They're like, that pilot you did for Fox, looks like they want to pick it up. We need you to come out because they want to meet with you. And I was like, well, listen, I can't really come out right now. Got a real bad situation at home. Can we talk about this on the phone? No, they would rather meet with you in person. But you know, like the whore that they turned us into, I jumped on that plane and left my father's bedside, which I regret to this day. And I went out and I sat with these people in this room. And if you can imagine a large circle of people, and I was 12 o'clock, the black dude. Yeah, Dave, we really liked the show, but the pilot episode was about me getting booed off stage at the Apollo. They go, you know, but what are we going to do about it? I mean, there's not really any white people in it. I said, well, it's about the Apollo. It's not really white. Well, you know, we were thinking about the girl on the show. We didn't think she was that funny, not that good looking. I think we should recast her, maybe. And they start using terms like universal appeal. Basically saying they want me to recast a girl with a white woman. I say, yeah, I don't think I can do this, and I quit. On the cover of Variety, Chappelle pulls the race card. The race card. And I get calls from Newsweek, 60 Minutes. Everybody, we want your story. Now I'm scared to death. I'm like Rosa Parks or something. I'm like, I'm not ready for this. I was just venting a little bit.
What deal?
19. My mother and my grandmother were freaked out. You know, I was the first person in my family not to go to college that had not been a slave.
Right.
So I was really breaking from tradition, and it was like a graduation lunch we were having, and they had my dad come and talk to me, and my dad takes me outside, and he's like, listen, and this is some advice that applies to all you acting students. He says, to be an actor is a lonely life. Everybody wants to make it, and you might not make it. And I said to my dad, well, that depends on what making it is, Dad. He was a smart-ass kid.
Yeah.
It depends on what making it is, Dad. He says, what do you mean? I said, well, you're a teacher. I said, if I can make a teacher salary doing comedy, I think that's better than being a teacher. And he started laughing. He said, if you keep that attitude, I think you should go. He said, but name your price in the beginning. If it ever gets more expensive than the price you name, get out of there. Mm-hmm. Thus, Africa.
What can they learn?
You know, like you guys are students now, so you're idealists, but you don't know about where art and corporate interests meet yet. Just prepare to have your heart broken. Like, in a way. You see him laughing, that evil laugh? Because he knows, man, and everybody laughs at me, but just get your Africa tickets ready, baby, because it's coming.
Funny stuff, but true stuff. You heard him when he said Hollywood makes you into a whore. They try to change your material. And I guess that's part of the success formula, that Hollywood wants to make money off of you if they see you as a commodity. They saw Eddie as a commodity, and we loved all those pictures, and Eddie went on to make millions of dollars. We don't know what sacrifices Eddie had to make on the back end, but he became a success. Everybody's not willing to bend and do a lot of things to gain that success that Hollywood puts on you, that says that you're successful. Paul Mooney is probably one of the most successful long-running comedians that you will ever see. He's been out, like I say, since the 60s. Him and Richard Pryor were together. He wrote for Richard Pryor. So part of Eddie's, Richard Pryor's genius was Paul Mooney. I like Paul Mooney because his stuff cuts through the consciousness, and he has a big white following. And most of these comedians that we see now that have the big followings, Chris Rock and all that, plenty of white people. So comedy doesn't really have any color. But I think I always say, does the white person hear the joke the same way as we hear the joke? Because we're on the inside of a lot of those jokes. So I think we do hear it a little differently. And maybe it's just funny to them on some level. And it's hilarious to us on another level because we're on the inside. So a lot of Paul Mooney stuff really cuts deep. It cuts across. And a lot of people, well, a lot of white people have gotten up and left the show. And he's always saying, if you can't deal with it, if the truth bothers you, and I think that can go all across the board, because a lot of times you're dealing with people and trying to have an honest, frank conversation, and you already know that they're putting your thoughts to the side or whatever, you're complaining. You know, we constantly get that. Like there's something wrong with us. So keeping it light, keeping it funny. I'm gonna share some Paul Mooney stuff. This is he did an interview for Real Black TV. They have a good website. You can go check it out. It's called Real REEL BlackTV.com. They get a lot of good interviews with black entertainment directors and things of that nature. So I want to share that with you too.
I don't know. So if the definition of racism is holding power over someone else, is that how you define it?
It's not how I define it, it's what is. Look at America's history. America, if you believe in coded, America says race. America is race. America's founded on racism. I didn't found America. I had nothing to do with America. It is what it is. I didn't create it.
So there's an interesting point that Richard Pryor makes about how when you first became friends, he said that he envied you in a way.
What?
In the book, you say that he felt envious of you in a way because you had no fear.
Well, no, I've never had it. I've never had it. That's since I was 7. I don't have it. It's innate. There's God in me. I have nothing to do with it. People are stunned by things that come out of my mouth. I'm shocked. It comes from somewhere else.
You're an open vessel?
Yeah, it's just, no, it's just, I'm surprised some things are coming out of my mouth. I'm shocked. People are shocked, but I'm shocked too. But I like it.
How do you get away with it?
Easy. Told you I was free, white, and 21. That's how you get away with it. And when you realize that you're free, white, and 21, you'll get away with it. It's an old Southern expression. And it says everything. It really does.
Okay, I'm curious. Does it make sense to you?
Oh, well, it makes a lot of sense. And it makes a lot of sense to you, too.
I understand what you're saying. I'm just thinking in terms of like Du Bois said. I mean, if that was 100 years ago, we're going to be dealing with race, and that's going to be the issue. And seemingly, like you say, overtly, it seems that things have changed.
Yeah, not really. No, I'm writing a script now. Remember Rip Van Winkle? Remember? Mm-hmm. My Rip Van Winkle's black. He falls asleep. There's a man being lynched. He sleeps for 100 years. He wakes up, a man's being lynched. Maybe when you see my film, you'll understand it more. You'll be better educated about it. Ain't nothing changed but the weather. You know, I told you tonight about the doll test. The girl had the doll test. Our kids say the same thing. That means that they're being brainwashed. The white doll is nice, it's pretty, and the black doll is bad and ugly. That's brainwashing.
So,
You know, that comes from that, what was that man's name? That Lynch man. That Willie Lynch, that's the Willie Lynch syndrome. to brainwash us. Then they'll do it themselves. They must only love and trust us, not each other. Notice the difference in their skin color, their ages, and terrify their females. Our black women do things that came from slavery. They don't even know why they do it. Our black women slept with the white man. When you sleep with someone, they're very vulnerable. And the black woman found out how much he hates us. That's why she has a fear for the young black male. Women in a family will damn near make a black man a pimp. They protect us, they give it to us. They try to hold us as long as they can because they know once we get out there, because when we reach puberty, that sexual thing, that white man, they know how much that white man hates us. And we're going to jail or we're going to be murdered. And the black woman knows it. And she takes the female and she pushes her out there first, working jobs, everything. But not us. She holds us back psychologically. It comes from slavery. They have a fear. They terrorize the black woman. They tore the black man, they put horses, they tore our heads off. They did evil things so she could see it, so she could make her children behave. She has a fear.
Yeah, Bell Hooks has a book. You have a 5-star rating across the board, and half the people use the message, the comments, to talk about how racist you are.
That I'm racist? Well, that's very funny. I can't be racist by definition. Look that up in the white folks dictionary. How can I be racist? I've never told anyone where to live. I've never told anyone what kind of jobs to have. I've never kept anyone from going to a school, out of a restaurant, or drinking from a fountain. I've never lynched anybody. So how can I be racist? How can I be racist? By definition, I can't be racist.
Well, I think what's happening is...
How can the slave be the master? That doesn't even make sense. I mean, that's someone that's telling you this or making that statement, whether they're black or white, they have to be totally insane. I can't be, by definition. Look up the definition of racism.
Well, I think what's happening in the world is...
That was a serious interview with Paul Mooney. I just wanted to share that first before we get into the real laughter of what we're talking about tonight. And he hit a few points, and I'm not sure if everybody knows what it means to be free, white, and 21. What the meaning of that phrase is. Like you said, it's a old Southern phrase, and it basically means not owing anybody anything, not beholden to anyone, meaning everything you have is yours. But in the sense of when we were going through Jim Crow and all this, the best thing to be was a free white man in America. It's always been free white men in America. And I always have the question of, are black people really feared? Black men really feared in America? Or is this a figment of our imagination? And if it is, how so is it wide stretching across America that so many black men, and I would be willing to go out and say 95% of black men feel the same way, feel oppressed? I always say, and people, just like Mooney just said, black people can't be racist. You have to have some type of power base and some control over something. Like he says, we don't control the places we work at for the most part. Most of the time, we don't own the places we live. So we have no power in our lives to be racist. We may not like someone. I've never just gone out of my way not to like a white person or a white man. But if that person has treated me wrong for no apparent reason, then I have a problem with him, and it's not a racist problem. It may be a racist problem come from his end. I'll give you a quick story. I'm in DeVry. I'm 6 weeks away from graduation. I get called into the finance office. I sit outside the office. Little Betty Sue is in the office. She's like a second semester student. She owes about $5,500. He's saying, "Oh, don't worry about it. Don't cry. We're going to take care of that. No problem." I'm thinking, okay, this guy's going to be cool. I'm not sure what he's calling me for because I know I was one of the first people to put my paperwork in. I go into the office. You owe $2,500, $2,600. Oh, excuse me, sir. I'm not sure what you're talking about. Well, you haven't paid for this trimester here. I'm saying, sir, I think that's impossible because as soon as the announcement was made to turn in your loan paperwork, I was one of the first people in here. Well, I don't have any evidence of that, so either you pay or you're out by Friday. I'm like, well, sir, can we talk to the person who did my paperwork? Oh, no, everybody's out to lunch. Okay. I said, well, I'll wait around. The person didn't come back. I look on this person's desk. Sure enough, my paperwork is still on the person's desk. I pick the paperwork up, take it into the guy. He says, "Where'd you get that from?" I said, "Right off the person's desk who did my paperwork. It was laying on the other paperwork." Well, we can't process that. So you need $2,600 by the end of this week. Sir, I don't have $2,600. It's obvious that you guys made a mistake. Can you help me out here? Payment plan. No, we can't do any of that. $2,600 or you're out. Sir, I'm 6 weeks away from graduation. I'm trying to graduate. I'm trying to get out of here. You got to do something for me. I can't do anything for you. I leave. I go see the dean of the school. The dean of the school says, "I'll change my mind if the financial dean changes his mind." I go back to the financial dean, see how it makes no sense. I go back, and he's still telling me there's nothing I can do. Why was there nothing he could do for me, someone that was graduating in 6 weeks? But it was everything that he could do for Becky Sue, who owed twice as much and was nowhere near close to graduation. That's what we mean when we say that BS, and that's racism. Hopefully everybody catches that. That's racism. When you have the power to screw somebody over for no reason other than you being a racist. We're going to move on from that. Just thought I'd share that story with you. Free White in 21. Like I say, it was a statement about being white in America. And every black person got it because every black person felt like, okay, we're not going to get a fair share no matter what. The only way we would get a fair share is if we were free, white, and 21 in America. So hopefully everybody, you can look that up. You can look that phrase up online, I'm sure, and get a better history of it. But I want to keep it happy and light. We're going to jump back into some Paul Mooney. Some of this stuff is, if you're easily offended, you probably want to turn away right now at this point, because for the next 9 minutes here, you're going to hear some stuff, and it's even wild to me, and I had to laugh, but I wanted to do a show that we could laugh and share a conversation about race in America.
They trip on me. Make that nigger. Stop saying nigger. I'm getting a nigger headache. I can't think. Nigger, stop it, nigger, stop. But white folks, you shouldn't have made up nigger. I didn't make it up. It's too bad. I say nigger 100 times every morning. It makes my teeth white. Nigger, 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 nigger. I ain't scared of that word. And they have me on all the white folks in the nigger shows. I'm the nigger expert. They ask me all kind of stuff about nigger. They had me on CNN, the white lady. You might have saw it. They had me on CNN because J-Lo said nigger. They had me on there. And the white lady was running around there, blonde hair, blue eyes. And she was crazy as she could be. And she said, "Oh, now, Paul, you really don't mind when someone white," and she ain't stuttered yet, says nigger. I'm just smiling, being phony. No, ma'am. And myself, I'm saying to myself, I'm going to kill this bitch. I'm acting too. I'm going, oh. Then she came right back to me. Now, Paul, you don't mind when someone white says nigga. I'm saying to myself, I'm going to take my shoe off. I'm shoe beating this bitch. We get this bitch in the alley. I'm going to cut this bitch's head off. I'm saying to myself, no. And I'm praying to God. I said, God, help me say something to this white woman to shut her up, please. And she came back about the third time. Now, Paul, you really don't mind when someone says nigger. You know how white folks are getting on your nerves. I mean, no. Why, Paul? I looked her right in the face. I said, because I like a little salt on my cracker. She dropped mic, everything. Always casing me, they do. Some little white boy the other night I was working and caught me in the hallway. Paul, I've seen your show. I love what you do, man, but you make me feel so guilty. Must everything be race? I said, yes, everything. Then you must think I'm the devil. I said, no, but you'll do till the real one gets here. I'm making fun of niggas. They always tell me that. I said, don't tell me white people about making fun of white folks and making fun of nobody. Let me just, it's America, freedom of speech. Let me do what I want to do. Y'all have made fun of everybody that ain't felt shit. It's the truth. Yeah, y'all know you're clapping, house niggas ain't clapping scared, but listen. This is real, and I mean this from my heart. I've been taught by white folks. I ain't been on Venus. I'm come from here. I'm reacting to this shit. I've always been making fun of niggas, and they don't. And the reason they say, Paul, why don't you sugarcoat? I ain't sugarcoating shit, because white folks didn't sugarcoat shit to me. White folks didn't give a goddamn. When they didn't want me at their schools, they could have sugarcoated. Well, Paul, perhaps next year we're overcrowded. Now we can work some. They didn't say, no, nigga, you can't go to the school because you are nappy-head, wide-nosed nigga. We don't want niggers here. They didn't sugarcoat shit. I got over it, so white folks, you get over me. I lived through the shit, you'll live through it. Because they get mad. They say all kind of shit about me. Oh, it's Paul. It ain't me. This shit was here when I came here. And it'll be here when I'm going to drop dead right now. Racisms are here. It's here forever. It's in the blood. Because white folks owned us, and they will never get over it. Because I'm going to tell you why. I read the white book. Getting away wasn't a chapter, okay? We tricked their ass. We got away. And they ain't going to never be the same. They ain't been happy since. Go back and watch all that old shit. When they owned us, white folks are some happy white people. They used to waltz and they had to smile. Look at them now. They're so depressed and sad. Niggas got away. Let slavery come back tomorrow. Well, they don't want us in their little areas and all that shit. Ain't that funny? Don't want us in their neighborhood. When they own us, we was in their house. Kind of bullshit is that? Oh, I can't come in the neighborhood, but when you own me, I was warming up your bed. Now there's something wrong with this picture. Shit, when they own us, we had 12 and 14 jobs. Now that we free, I'm so sorry, there's no jobs. Mad because we got away. Let slavery come back in the mall. They'll be on that porch. Welcome home. Get your rest. You got to go to those 12 jobs in the morning. Your room is just like it was. We haven't changed it. But what about the neighborhood? No, your neighborhood's our neighborhood. Black people, what are we going to do about OJ? What is up with that? OJ and what's it, Rodney King, they ought to be roommates. Illegal cable? Nigga, come on. Road rage? Nigga, please. And then they try to say he killed some other white woman. He likes some white hoes. He like a hoe. And they found her in Paris somewhere doing pornos. A hoe. Because some cat died in the apartment or something was stinking. They thought he did some murder, you know? And OJ was trying to do so good. I saw him in Miami. He was working in Benihana, and but he can't help himself. He wants to do commercials and movies again. Nigga, it's over. He was a white folks' pet nigga. He was a little pet wolf they thought was a dog. It's over, nigga. It's like the Arsenio Hall show. It's a done deal, nigga. It's over. You can't even be a little bitty nigga on the telephone. OJ, it's over. No more flying to the airport. No more movies. White folks have torn up your little white card. It's over with. I knew there was something wrong with OJ after the trial when that nigga ran to England. Why would a nigga go to England? Nigga, go to Africa. Get some backup. Slow. Because white folks are on a mission. They are wearing him out. He calls 911 so much they put him on hold. So OJ calls up every 2 seconds. Put him on hold. So tired of that nigga. That nigga's on my nerves. Call up talking crazy, saying shit he knows we can't believe. I'm dating a black woman. Nigga, stop calling here telling us stuff we can't believe. I'm dating this white girl. She on cocaine. I'm trying to help. Nigga, stop. And white folks all will be ashamed of themselves trying to take that nigga's trophy. You can't have that nigga's trophy. I don't care what happened. You can't have it. He earned that trophy with his talent. You can't have it. And you ain't gonna get it. White folks, you ain't gonna get it. He hid that trophy where he hid them shoes and knife. You ain't finding shit. You ain't finding a damn thing. But Johnny, don't Johnny talk shit? Baby, Johnny can get you off. That nigga rhyme, they gotta let the nigga go. That nigga can rhyme you out of jail. He got OJ off with that glove. It don't fit or quit. Nicole was a hoe. You gotta let him go. That nigga will run. He got Puffy off. What's Puffy changed his name to what? Oh, he should have changed it to Lucky Nigga because he was. He rhymed him out. The gun wasn't in the car. It wasn't at the bar. That OJ trial was deep, wasn't it? And white folks can talk to animals. They wore that dog out. Was it a Akita, a Japanese dog? Did they wear that dog out? Come on, we'll give you a show like Lassie, a Gentle Ben, Oh Yellow. Come on, you saw OJ do it. Say OJ did it. Come on, dog. The dog tried. Oh. That's it, dog. Come on, you're almost there. Oh. Yes, you're almost there. Come on, dog. You can do it. Oh. OJ, say it. Was a Japanese that couldn't pronounce the J. Oh. Couldn't pronounce that goddamn J. If it would have been an English terrier, we'd have been in trouble. Yes, it was O.J. Simpson. The nigger that you call the juice. It was very violent. There was blood everywhere. I ran like a bunny rabbit. I kept screaming, God save the Queen.
Funny stuff. You can see a lot of Mooney stuff on YouTube. It's some real touchy stuff, so hope we didn't offend too many people tonight. Christian friends. Hopefully your ears weren't burning. But I just wanted to do this show so we could have a few layouts, but at the same time discuss race. Few topics on my page, the show. Hopefully you all can go out there and subscribe. Not only watch the videos, but click the subscribe button. Then you'll get a notification when something is updated. And there were a few where you can make comments, and we welcome all comments. And got a few comments on the Bill Cosby Deeds of a Good Bad Man show. And I responded and said, hey, you're entitled to your opinions. Hopefully you'll go back and look at the show and maybe that'll change your opinion. But keep the comments coming. So go out there to the website, to YouTube, the show. I know everybody's got a YouTube account, and subscribe to that. We also encourage people to go directly to our Ustream channel. If you can get the link in the web, in your Facebook rather, and click on it, it'll take you directly to here. You can set up an account here, and you can go back and see all the previous videos. I think probably for the most 30 days. I'm hoping that we can get you to either go to the YouTube page and subscribe, or the Ustream page, or do both. That would be even better. I hope everybody had a good time tonight. Hopefully it wasn't too heavy. And hopefully if you saw something, you'll leave a comment. You can shoot me an email with topic ideas, or if you just want to send me something or request some of this material that you see, you can email me at the show 1965@yahoo.com. And we're going to leave like we always do. Got a special little piece I'm going to leave you all with from Richard Pryor. It's when he had the show back in 71, 72. And it said a lot, and it's funny. And I love Richard Pryor. My name's Richard also. And hopefully you all will enjoy this piece. So in the words of Don Cornelius, love, peace. So we out of here.
Professor! I got it open!
Good heavens, man! Great Scott, we've discovered the fountain of all knowledge of Egypt in the entire world. Do you realize the importance of this moment, Smedley?
Yes, sir, I do.
Do you see the brilliancy? The untold years.
I see it, sir.
Sorry. This is medicine.
Thank you so much.
Thank you, sir.
Very slide.
Look! What is this? See.
Says, this is the elixir of life, sir.
The elixir of life?
The cure for all diseases. Wait, see. Wait,
Give it to me.
Inscription on the bottom.
Give it to me. Give it to me.
Open at other end.
Lumix.
This can't be, man. What? You know what this is?
What is it, Muna?
It's the Book of Life.
Book of Life.
In the beginning, when man arrived on Earth, the black gods did leave their spacecraft, and they walked, and they named the beasts of the sea and the animals of the land.
Heavens.
And man in his blackness did walk the earth, making medicine.
Medicine?
Then discovered time. These were all black people got down. Wait a minute. There ain't nothing in here about whitey. This is ours, Jack. Wait till the brothers hear this.
Muna.
I'm gonna get this book out of here, baby. This tells the real tea. Check this out.
Self-control yourself, don't you see?
What you mean, Jack? Look at this here. Black people started the music and the brain surgery back in the year 3 BC.
Yes, of course, Muna.
Man, they was getting down. This is it, brother.
Yes,
Everybody gonna know about this. Listen, we can change the history. Civilization will be changed.
By all means.
Yeah, this is gonna be it.
Get the bulldozers, there's nothing here.
But.
Shut up! Good heavens, time for tea, eh? What?
You used to call me on my. You used to.